Just because you have a bad day doesn't mean that you have to have a bad week. I still remember one of the worst days I've ever faced. Bills were piling up. Not too long before that, I had staked everything upon something working out. Not only was it delayed, I needed the help of the authorities to get money back on this. So let alone profit, just to get principal back. On the day of mediation by the local police, I thought the person had to show up. And I was at least gonna get a little bit back on track with stuff because I would get my principal back. But no, who would have guessed that that person had delayed the meeting through a loophole that they found? And when that meeting was to be reappointed again, it's just too bad to be true that that person had to be warded in hospital for diabetic shock. If you ever heard of the term, the goalpost is always moving, well, that goalpost was always moving for me. As the goalpost was being moved, my emotional energy, my physical energy, and let alone finances, was all getting depleted. But you know what? Looking back, it's just another day. It's just another day where I still have the same daily obligations. I still have to pick up my kids at a certain time. I still have to eat at a certain time. I still have to sleep at a certain time. I have to fit in my other work duties at certain times. So it is just another day. Just because something went wrong doesn't mean that I just, put an end to everything else on the week because of this one thing that went wrong. And that's one of the things that a lot of people, they tend to feel that way. A lot of people who lack the emotional maturity, the stability. A lot of people think that the stability in life comes from life itself. And one bad incident just took away all the stability in their life. That's what they really think. But in actual fact, the stability comes from within. What we make of it, how we deal with the situation, that all comes from within. We could drop everything and go on full tilt and be like the person on the poker table who's bluffing his way by calling every opponent's turn, or you could find stability in folding. There is a saying, the sooner you get off the train in the wrong direction, the faster you get to your destination. Oversleeping on a very long train line could mean waking up in a different city. Getting off here is going to be far, far better and far less cost than waking up 2 cities past the city you're supposed to get off at. I talked about daily routines, all the daily must-dos, the daily duties. In Asperger's syndrome or autism, there's something that we call stimming. Stimming is kind of like a repetitive action. Each one of us who's on the spectrum may have our own ways of stimming ourselves back into a more productive state. But for most part, doing something off habit, doing regular duties is the best way of stimming. And stimming is not too different from stabilizing, finding stability in whatever is topsy-turvy in your life today. Holding on to what you need to do, what your daily obligations are, or what is the best things that you can do right now, focusing on what you can do right now rather than worrying about the consequences for tomorrow. Worrying accomplishes nothing, but actions, even every little bit, achieve way more than simply thinking about and doing nothing. So whatever challenge that you may have encountered that had probably demoralized you so badly, let's just go back to the simple task. Putting one foot in front of the other. Doing the things that you need to do on a daily basis and doing them well. Remembering your task. Writing down a list of stuff or actions that you can possibly do today that will make today a better day. Stack up those small wins because those small wins add up to the biggest victories in life. And remember now, you don't have to fix your whole life. You just need to show up for today.